We are now somehow approaching the halfway point. The All-Star break isn't far away. Is there anything the Cavs can do in the next few weeks leading up to the All-Star break or just to the end of January that can get you back on board? Also, is Jared Allen kind of getting back in the fold of maybe a player we do want to keep around, or is his past couple of games where he played pretty well just a little hot streak that we shouldn't buy into? We're about to dig into all that right now. Cavs Daily, I'm your host, Paul Williams. Let's get to it. The Cavs off day today in between their win against the Pacers and heading to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. They are somehow still in the 6th seed. And, I just saw breaking news that Trae Young has been traded to the Washington Wizards for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. What? Sorry, guys, but I mean, I guess this does affect us somewhat because Atlanta definitely has taken a step back. Trae Young going to Washington for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. It's just crazy work. There are no picks involved? Bro, Trae Young just got traded for Corey Kispert and C.J. McCollum. Oh, my gosh. Wow, is that the market right now? Because if that's the case, we're not trading anybody. But that's not what we're talking about. That just broke on my phone. Sorry, just had to address it real quick. We'll talk about it more down the line. But right now, we're talking about the Cavs. Is there anything they could do in that time frame up until maybe All-Star break or just the beginning of February to get you really bought in that this Cavs team can make a run and win an Eastern Conference that is still very, very winnable? The New York Knicks have taken a step back. The Celtics are still playing good, but we're literally 3 games out of the number 2 seed. 3 games. That's nothing in the NBA, 3 games. The Cavs, last year we went on numerous 3 double-digit win streaks. Even if we're not going to do that this year, we can easily run off 6 or 7 wins. And we could be in second place with that type of run, which is realistic. It can happen. And would something like that get you back on board and have you bought into what this Cavs team can be as far as a team that can at least make it to the NBA Finals? Or, do they have to show it longer than that? Is it not about really the seeding, just how they're playing? What is it for you guys that would get you back bought into this Cavs team? I'd really like to know. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm still bought in that we're a championship level team when we're playing at our best. And I just really think we just need to, it's not about basketball stuff really. It's about effort, want to, buy in, energy, doing the little things. It's all of that I think is the difference in this Cavs team being what we've been so far this season or being what we were last year or somewhere in between that. I don't think we have to make any crazy personnel changes. I'm never against talking about it, but I don't know. I just really would like to see the Cavs consistently play Cavalier basketball and do the things it takes to win basketball games and be an elite team. We know what it takes. We know what to do. We still have the guys. We have a bunch of guys that are breaking out that it's so nice they're breaking out. Now we just need our core forward to put it together and play to their capacity, because guys like Sam Merrill, Craig Porter, Jalen Tyson, just think of those 3 names. Those are 3 huge players for the Cavs that have really showed themselves this season. Sam's averaging career highs across the board. Craig Porter has been balling out and has taken over the backup point guard role. And Jalen Tyson is at minimum a long-term, very important role player on this team that can for sure be more. I mean, having that type of development in a tough year like this so far, it gives me hope that if we do start operating at the levels, I know these are, especially our top guys can, and do it in the team sense where we're playing unselfishly, and also we're playing tough. Like, we do have to play tough mentally and physically, whether we're having tough games or playing great. We just have to have the right mindset and the right commitment. And I think if I could see that, that would be enough to convince me. But yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments, and we'll talk about that soon. If you do have confidence, or you have contingencies to have confidence in the Cavs, it probably has something to do with Jared Allen, who's been probably the hottest topic on the Cavs as far as like controversy goes, and like the most, I don't know if I want to say anger, but I'll just say disappointment. And yeah, he has been a disappointment this year. There's no doubt about it. But in his last 10 games, he has played a lot better. In 7 of those games, he's scored in double digits. In 6 of them, he scored at least 14 points. He's also pulled down 4 straight games of double-digit rebounds, back to doing those type of things that we know Jared Allen can do. He's scoring super efficiently again, shooting 66% the last 10 games from the field. And he's just playing a lot closer to the Jared Allen that we know and that the Cavs need to be the highest level of team that they can be this season. If we don't trade him, guys, we're going to need him. Like, period, point blank. If we want to get to where we need to be, we're going to need him. I mean, yeah, it'll be great if, like, we have to, we don't play him as much or rely on him as much, and we have other guys that can step in and still we could be very successful. But that's going to be tough if we, like, lose Jared Allen without getting pieces back for him. Like, if we keep Jared Allen around, we need him locked in, being a big piece of this Cavs team like he's been, at least recently. Just last game he's played, he had 19, 12, and 4. A couple games before that, he had 16 and 11, 27 and 10 game before that. He's had at least 3 assists in his last 3 games. Defensively, he's had at least a block or a steal in every game except for one of his last 5 games. And he's just been playing a lot better. His energy's been better. I think his effort's been better, and it shows. And the Cavs are a different team when he is playing like the Jared Allen we need him to be. Even the game he had only 8 points in between the 4 high-scoring games that he's had recently, or three high-scoring games. He had 8 points on only 5 shots, which is efficient, but he still had 12 rebounds, and I think that says a lot. Earlier in the season and at other times when he's not as engaged, if he's not scoring or getting more shot attempts than that, he's usually not going to be getting you double-digit rebounds or 3 assists or a steal and a block like he did that game. So I think even that was a good sign. I'm not all the way bought back in by any means, for sure, but I mean, we need Jared Allen. Until we trade him and he's off this team, we need him. So I mean, I'm encouraged from the last couple of weeks of basketball, but I need to see that consistently for a while before I'm all the way bought in on Jared Allen, like being back to the 14 and 10, 15 and 10 type of just energetic, you know he's going to be there, hardworking guy, very unselfish, that you could count on, that doesn't need to have touches in order for him to be effective. We need that Jared Allen. So hopefully he's going to continue to trend in that direction. Now, in the direction of what the Cavs have coming up on the schedule, It's an interesting slate of games over the next 12 or 13 days. The Cavs will begin that stretch in Minnesota on Thursday, the day of this video dropping, as they will face the Timberwolves twice in the next 3 days, as the two teams will travel back to Cleveland after Thursday's game to play again Saturday. And then 2 days after that, the Cavs will take on the Jazz Monday. And then 2 days after that, they'll take on Philly in another game or another back-to-back, just like they had against the T-Wolves. Oh, no, actually, both of these games are in Philly, if I am not mistaken. Let me go ahead and confirm that for y'all real quick so I'm not on here capping. Yes, both of the games are in Philly. So that won't be easy. And then the Cavs have OKC on Martin Luther King Day, the primetime game, which would be a huge game for the Cavs. And I think this is a big opportunity for the Cavs. I feel like if they can make a nice run during these next 6-7 games, this stretch of pretty tough games outside of the Jazz, if they can win 5 of these games, which will be tough, at least 4, and depending how they play in their losses, I think this would go a long way in doing what we just talked about and rebuilding people's trust and just confidence as fans in the Cavs team they thought they had and we thought we had in Cleveland. We're only a run away, I really do believe that, from having things back in order for the most part. And if we can stay healthy and continue to give our guys time playing together so they can gel, I think we will do that. T-Wolves twice. Those games aren't going to be easy. They're the 6th seed in the West right now, but they are a very good team, and the top 6 teams in the West all have very valid records. So it's not because they're like a mid team. They're a very good team. They can easily make another Western Conference Finals, which they've done a couple times. And, I mean, they're 24-13. They're a good team. They have Anthony Edwards, one of the best players in the NBA, top 10. I'm still taking Donovan over him. We need to talk about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Who are you taking, Donovan or Anthony Edwards? My answer is Spider. Come on. But, yeah, those are going to be 2 tough games. At minimum, we obviously have to split them. Minnesota's a big, tough, physical team. They have a lot of length and size with Pauls, with guys like Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels. They have a solid team around Anthony Edwards, so those are going to be 2 tough games. But if we could win those 2 and then take care of business in Utah, suddenly we're starting to feel pretty good. And even if we went to Philly and split, going 4-1 into that OKC game would be big. Even if, say, we split the T-Wolves, beat the Jazz, and if we could sweep the 76ers, if we can go into that OKC game 4-1 after those 5 games, I'll be feeling really good. And it would make that OKC game a game that could really, really change the outlook for the Cavs and just the overall consensus feelings about this team right now. That can truly change in the next 12, 13 days. So it'll be interesting and exciting. I have faith in the Cavs. I'm saying 4-2 in this next 6. 5-1 would be great. Please, Cavs, go into that OKC game winners of at least 4 out of 5, 5 in a row. Obviously, I'd take that too. Now to wrap things up today, let's talk a little bit about some of your guys' thoughts and what you have been talking about in the comment section recently. You guys always drop a lot of funny stuff, and I mean, I like that you don't hold back and you just say it how you feel, no matter what or which direction your opinion goes to. I mean, that's what YouTube and all this is for. Speak your mind. It's always invited and appreciated. We're going to start off with, I've seen recently a couple of comments talking about like possibly trading Mobley. And I mean, just when you first hear it, or when I first hear that, I'm like, there's no way. What are we even talking about? But I mean, I guess when you really step back and think about it, I mean, with how he's playing this year, it can't be off the table if it's the right deal. So I don't think anyone's too crazy for saying that. And Dean Ziegler did say, I'd like to keep Jared Allen and trade Mobley. There's not enough hustle there. And, I mean, he hasn't been the same hustle and go-getter type of Mobley that he was in past seasons for the Cavaliers. Just like little things like the non-box out in the Detroit game when the Cavs had a chance to tie or win that game if he would have just boxed out and got the rebound. I could kind of feel the frustration and understand why people would say that, and I'm not going to say it's just the craziest idea today because it's the NBA and Mobley hasn't been showing like he's like a for sure guaranteed superstar yet. So it's on the table. It's a possibility, even if it's a very, very small one. And just to wrap up on Mobley, D Styles 269 also said Mobley got paid and hasn't really shown up since. I mean, is it valid? You guys let me know. This is a bit of a longer comment. I'll at least read most of it. But Mo Russell, Happy New Year's, Paul. I'm still convinced we need to make a trade to fix our issues. Jared Allen is approaching the age of 30 in the next couple years. Facts. He showed us who he is. Kind of facts. The double digits, rebounds the last couple of nights. Both bigs don't really hold too much weight or value to me because it was against G League caliber players. There were some guys out in our last couple of games. Our bigs just weren't born with a motor in them to stay aggressive. They are the reason the Cavs are labeled soft. That's not really cap. Like, that's pretty true. Like, it's really on them to set that tone. And, like, I do think if they were like that and set that tone, it would help the other guys show that they have that toughness too, like a Donovan Mitchell or a DeAndre Hunter, even a Sam Merrill, Jalen Tyson. He's been showing it all year. But, like, they should be doing that, and that's I agree with that point 100%. It's frustrating to see because we do need that out of those guys, and I don't know if we'll ever get that. On to another comment. SCA Rising said, your trade targets sound like a wish list. Stewart is on the short list for Defensive Player of the Year if Wemby doesn't qualify. Isaiah Stewart is a solid player, but he is not on the short list for Defensive Player of the Year. He's not on any list for Defensive Player of the Year. He is like a solid backup role player who's had some good games. And, I mean, with Jalen Duren out, he's had some subpar games, even though he's being relied upon more. He is not a guy like that. And, like, yeah, the Pistons wouldn't just give him away, but there's worlds where Isaiah Stewart gets traded. He's not like some untradeable asset or a guy that's going to cost like numerous first rounders to obtain. So I don't agree with that. I don't think like a Isaiah Stewart level guy is unobtainable by any team. I mean, any team could make a deal to obtain someone of that stature, and that's not a knock on him. He's a solid player. I'd like him on this team because he is a big that sets that type of tough tone. So I'm not even trying to knock him. I'm not against having him. I'm just responding to that particular comment. And the last one we're going to do, Scott Richards said, and this is about the Pacers game last night. He said, the Cavs' performance last night was pathetic. I needed an air freshener due to the stench emanating from my TV from the game. I mean, it was a rough game, but I think the way it ended and the way DG and JA stepped up in the fourth quarter and us getting the win, I mean, a win is a win. It was a overall positive. But yeah, it wasn't the easiest game to watch. Appreciate this comment, Scott. And I appreciate you guys hanging in there if you're still with me. I'm going to let you go for today. We'll be back with another banger tomorrow, talking about the Cavs beating Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves.